mind, Brandy. It is like 5:26. I've been up since like three. I woke up like at three, 3:40 something. Like it was like the brightest day in the morning. Like oh, I'm like, well, it is only three something, and so then I just kind of laid there, and then I tried to go back to sleep because usually, let me see if I can turn this light down some. Is that better? Just let me know because I can see me. Usually, that is not an issue for me, but in this case, it was. I think because higher power is trying to tell me you have something to do. You got to get up, make this coffee, and don't mind me. I have three different. I have coffee, I have juice, and I have water. Yeah, because I was like thirsty all at once. Thirsty, needed coffee to wake up. And then I usually take like a morning walk, and I couldn't take that because it's still dark. So it's crazy. Like I'm on New York time. When I was in New York, I didn't know at the time that they was tripping. When I would wake up and get up, and I'd be like, oh. See, like I knew in San Diego it wasn't like the right time. I knew in San Diego that I was on a different time frame here, but in New York it made sense. I was like, the sun's up. Let's go for a walk. Like if I was there right now, I'd have been up for a walk. Hey, how's you doing? Good morning. Hope everything's well with you. Let me see. Sometimes it's hard for me to. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so I'm up. I think this is my third day in a row. Good morning to you too. I had to get up, and I'm quite aware of what I can and I cannot talk about because I know that this station is hooked to like YouTube. YouTube has these new set of rules. They'll disown you in a heartbeat. And Facebook. So I'm very aware when I say what I say, how I say it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I got some news this morning. Very reliable news. So if you would like to know, you should go on to possibly Bloomberg, see what they found out in Finland and Sweden concerning. So you might want to check that out. My title says "Educate before opening your mouth." I mean that not just because I've taught for 9.5 years in a whole school and everything, but because you should educate yourself on no matter what. I don't care what anyone tells you about what scientists or who there, who that. You better educate yourself on your own body. You should be the gatekeeper of your own body, not Mister Doctor Who, Sue, Who. You, you, because you know who lives with your body. You know your body better than any person that can look up and tell you, well, this organ does this, and well, this, who does what. God does everything. And so therefore he gave you the common sense, and he gave you the natural ability to know and to talk to your own body. And these are facts. Now, I'm a nerd. I'm a freaking nerd. Very cute one, by the way. I don't know how many times I get how to keep telling people this. We are 60% electricity. We are energy. So therefore we can talk to. Think about this, because I think we're short lived when we pick up stuff and then we just roll with it. We don't even question it. So like your brain, and it talks with that's how we walk. That's how I'm able to talk. That's how I'm moving my limbs right now, because this is communicating at so very fast, whatever you want to call it, lightning hours, spaces, time. I don't freaking know. I didn't say I was like the smartest person in the whole world, but I am a nerd, and I would say I don't talk unless I know what I'm talking about. So take that in mind. And so our brain talks to us. So for us to even be able to move a leg, there is like even with sight. Okay, I can explain this. Like just like right away, our eyes see things in numbers. We don't just see and be like, oh look, there goes a deer or there goes this. Like the eyes, they communicate with the brain, and the brain deciphers. The brain's like, okay, I got this. Let me just go ahead, and then boom, and then clarity becomes. But there's like there's a barrier there that one like that's how your body works together. I'm saying this to say you would notice if I mean we educate ourselves on some of the most dumbest stuff. Some people know more about a car than they know about their own brain. You know, and no one said you have to be a neurologist or a brain surgeon or any type of body part you could think of. You don't have to be no freaking expert, but you think you should know a little bit when somebody, takes the cap off and tells you about it. You think you want to know a little bit about it. Because anybody can tell you anything, which they've been doing to us for quite some time now. That's why we are more indoctrinated than educated. Um, so yeah, I would say learn about your brain. See, people would come around me and probably be like, "Why does she have a whole like a whole like wall poster of our brain or our whole anatomy?" I don't know. That it has nothing to do with that. Okay, a little bit because I worked in a school. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, it has a lot to do with it because that's probably where I get that type of thinking from. To educate when you're educating people, you tend to want to educate yourself. So, so yeah, when I'm discussing stuff or when I learn something, I go over to the image on my wall and I'm like, so the brain. Personally, I was told it was sexy. What do you think? No, weird, weird. That's fine too. I was told I was weird. It doesn't really matter what anybody thinks. I think that I could be doing a lot worse. I could be out here thoughting, twerking. Yes, I said it. And not directing this to any culture or race or anything. Just before anybody jumps on that sorry ass bandwagon. That's just anybody out here doing those things, but ain't got no mindset. That's all I'm saying. You might want to catch a clue and learn about that ass that you dropping. Because I find this stuff to be important, especially if you have children. We need to be very mindful of educating ourselves and don't. What kind of world are we living in if we continue to doubt our own selves and put our lives in someone else's hands just because we were indoctrinated and told that we don't know, we don't have the capacity, the mindset to know what it anything about yourself. You got people out here trusting somebody on TV. I literally had to let somebody go. And if she's out there, anywhere out there, yes, you know what I mean? I found was no use, no value of, yeah, and I'm saying this because of the way her thinking, I see where it is. I felt was a complete, like, it didn't go here. It went, you know what I mean? Like, what use could we ever be to one another? We could just be friends. Okay, ooh, we're just friends. But at some point, that friendship's going to have to do something for it. You know what I mean? It has to nurture, it has to do something. And I couldn't, I mean, much love and love, all the love in the world to her, but I saw her more of a liability than anything else to me because I find that if you're easily controlled, somebody could tell you to do anything or say anything in a heartbeat and you'll go ahead and do it because you trust that person more than you can trust your own self. That's like a robot, like designing a robot to do and think the way you want it to think, and you don't even use your own god-given thoughts. This person doesn't even have a clue about anything that that your body is built and designed to take care of itself, to know itself, to tell you, you know what I mean? But we have been completely indoctrinated to do the opposite. Don't trust in your own feelings. Don't trust in your own body. Trust in this man over here that's just screwed you over and over again. Oh, and by the way, keep eating that shit we keep giving you. You know what I mean? That keeps getting you sick, so we can keep telling you what we're telling you. All I'm saying is, if I'm lying, they don't want y'all to know anything different. That's what I'm not. I'm not with the games. Good morning. I think we've been taken for a ride. We've been separated through religion, through sex, through it all, through race. That's the biggest one they took and rode us like. I mean, they still people still riding it, but you could take it like they threw it out there like, and then people just ride it. Well, I don't believe at all whatsoever that God meant for any of this to be how we live. Because people that ride that train with all this racism stuff, yeah, it exists. But we got to figure out a way to, like I said, energy. We are energy. So therefore, when your mind is set on something, that becomes your reality. You have to really, really take that in consideration. These are facts. I've lived it. If that's all you're stuck in, that's all you're going to be in. You have to find a way to move past, deal with, but move past. We can deal with, we can educate. We have to stay educated because you got to know where we came from, you know what I mean? You can't throw away the past, but you have to deal with it, but you can't just saute in it and be like, we're going to stay here. We're never going to go anywhere. That becomes your reality. And ask yourself this, how good does that reality feel? How do we move forward? And then what messages are we giving? You know, that's why, once again, educate yourself before opening your mouth. We have to educate ourselves, but then we have to ask ourselves, what are our intentions? Is it to make it better? Or is it to create war? Some people actually think war is the answer to everything. I don't know. Let's go back to history and let's check that out. I'm going to have something to where every time I say that, and I press a button, it's going to go back and I'll be like, let's go back and see. I don't care if anybody else does it. Do it all you want to, because it'll never be like mine. Because you'll never be able to live in my head. So therefore, go ahead and run with that. But trust me, it'll never be like mine, because I got a way of thinking. It make you wonder. I think people will want to buy tickets to be like, let me get up in your head real quick, Brandy. Hey, good morning. Anybody got anything they like to share? Right? I don't know. It's been a minute. I feel like my brain's off track. If anybody did, just put it in the comments. I'm like, I'm up on my computer and on the phone, like the computer. I don't know. If you heard my story yesterday, why I even have this computer up, because I've been facing a rough time. Stop it. But I put this, okay, this educate thing, right? Because like I said before, Bloomberg, I guess that's like a news or like a way for us to a resource you might want to check into from Sweden and what was the other one? Shit, I forgot already. Well, just check it out, and it talks about something got suspended. Put it like that. Something is suspended. I wonder what it is. And then take it from there. And places like Sweden and stuff, and where's the other place I was talking about? They're not really one for a lot of benefit profits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you educate yourself, do your homework, and you would know these things. We just assume the world is just all about profit. There's some people that still have integrity, and places that still are for the people. It's just about how much are you willing to educate yourself to find that out. Me, I have fully embedded myself into. That's why I don't talk a whole lot about stuff, because I be too busy learning. I've been with a whole lot of doctors and a whole lot of nurses and a whole lot of scientists that you would have no freaking idea. So you can come all you want to come with all your knowledge, and I'm gonna have something for you, and I'm gonna have reference to. You're welcome. So that's what I say. Educate yourself before opening your mouth. Just don't run with the first thing you hear. You even got to you research. You have to learn how to research. You just Some people are so ignorant enough to think when people say I researched. Do you think you just read through some stuff? You googled some shit? No, there's a way to research. They teach you that in school. Well, indoctrinated school or school. It all depends on which school you're talking about. Doing well, actually. That's another topic. Uh, we got to check in with our children. I had asked him his thoughts and his opinions about what's going on in this world and what did he want. Of course, we can have an idea of what children will say. They want their life back. Shoot. They want to be with their friends. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to, but he's very aware of the detriment and the seriousness of what's going on. But they're not living, a lot of these kids are not living in fear. You know what I mean? And there's one thing to educate, and then you want them to be like, look, this is serious. You know what I mean? But we should even be living in fear, because fear is the opposite of faith. Fear is what certain people feed off of. Don't put fear into your children. Just educate them and let them know. And through the way you move, they'll see how serious stuff is. Yeah. You'll see though, right? Because and I'm guilty of it. Like when I used to talk about to my son, like being a black man, and in this world and stuff. I used to feel like he wasn't paying attention. So like my gimmick would be like to like really be like, "Rah," you know what I mean? And that wasn't the right way, because just because he wasn't receiving it the way I thought he should, didn't mean he wasn't receiving it. Maybe I was more fearful than him, and fear don't help. Sometimes fear can get you messed up. Fear can, some people say that it like fight or flight or whatever, like fear takes away a lot of time all your senses of getting yourself out of a situation. So fear is crippling. It can be disabling. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Have a good day. Check back. I'm gonna be trying to do more haps and stuff like that. I just been going through some things myself, so and I'm not one to really just find somebody and talk to them about it. I really don't have people like that. You know what I mean? Some people just don't like to hear things like that. I just try to be mindful of other people before I go laying my crap on them. But yeah, definitely check back. I'll be checking out. I see I missed some of your guys' shows, but I was probably knocked out. But yeah, enjoy your day. I'll be for sure. Yeah, yeah. That's my buddy right there. Shout out to Mr. Two Extra. To everybody on here, thank you so much, Tony. Very, thanks for your support. Um, Information. Information man, thank you so much for being supportive to Extra. Freaking TJ, when you come on, thank you so much. You're welcome anytime. You know, I got you. You know, I got you. We go way back. And you was like the first person on it, like when I start podcasting or anything. You knew I was a hot mess in the beginning then too, audio and everything. But yeah, so when I first started, you was like my first like real encounter, like other person that first person that ever wanted me to come on anything. So I always got you. I'm gonna hop up off here myself too, finish up this coffee, do some reading, take some notes. Anybody got any questions? I hope I didn't overstep my boundaries when it comes to these social. I mean, they make it so hard these days, you know. But like I say, Real Wise Productions. Come on over. Like I said, Real Wise Productions, Real Wise TV, that's on YouTube. And then there's Real Wise Radio. Please, please, my call to action. All I'm asking you, and it's free, is to either to download the app Real Wise Radio, that's on Google Play Store, or you can get it from Apple iOS Store. Or, I mean, if you just want to listen, you go on with the browser and check it out, realwiseradio.com. But I think it's more beneficial if you get the app because then you can always know, you get notifications and stuff like that. If you're looking for a home to land your voice or another place to land your voice, hit me up. I'm definitely like scouting for comedians because we're not about censoring anybody. We're not about, we are about respect, but we are about a voice, giving a voice, and you know, a lot of times people are looking for people that are already like planted, like, oh, that's such a, you know what I mean? And then you get somebody that's up and coming. Somebody's always been up and coming. Let's remember that. So don't wait till it's too late when a person is up and coming and then you want to jump on board. That's all I'm saying is that we got connections, we've done our thing, and we work zero ground up. I do websites, we produce what do you call that? Podcast and legit like we've gotten business, we have business. So don't just wait until you think we're just the hottest thing going and then you want to hop on because it just might be too damn late and then we're gonna be like, so about that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I'll see you guys. Thank you for stopping through. Like I said, educate yourself before opening your mouth because it could save yourself a lot of humility. So until next time, peace out.